Welcome to the Say It With Your Chest podcast.
Oh my God, we're starting a podcast.
Yeah, we are. I'm Jess.
I'm Hannah, and this is our first podcast episode.
Yeah, kind of crazy. We've been wanting to do this since senior year of college, and now we're 2 years post-grad, so it took a while to get started, but here we are now.
Well, I think that we needed, we were looking for a hobby and something fun we could do.
Yeah.
And we just talk all the time, so
it was a perfect fit for us.
And I think it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, it took some work to get here. We had a few technical difficulties in the process, but
that's the thing is I don't think anyone understands how hard it is to actually think of all the things you need to do to start a podcast.
Yeah, especially when you don't have obviously we're not Barstool. We don't have people telling us oh, here are your mics, here's your we don't have an Austin.
We don't have anything. We have a webcam and 2 mics. And I feel like that's
all we need right now. Yeah. This is our studio.
The studio is just a bedroom. But you're gonna get
we're gonna get some background soon. Guys, I just moved here, so don't judge me.
Right. I feel like we should say what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah. So basically we're just gonna yap about what's going on in our lives.
I mean, we moved to Boston after college. We went to UMass Amherst, where we met. And we both got into Northeastern for grad school. Yeah. And now we live together in Boston.
Yeah. 1 year, or I guess this is our second year post. We're going into our second year.
We're going into year 2.
Yeah. It's almost our anniversary of moving to Boston. September 1st will be the anniversary. Right. But we've been here a year.
I mean, I feel like there's just so much to talk about with Boston. So
yeah,
I feel like that's what we want to do. We want to talk about 2 girls living in Boston, going to grad school, figuring out life.
Yeah, just a post-grad diaries kind of thing.
Right. I currently just go to school. I'm in grad school for school psychology, and I work part-time at a restaurant.
Yeah, and I am in grad school as well. And I also work full-time for a biotech company in Cambridge.
Sick.
Yeah, I don't want to say
it is pretty sick. But... she doesn't want a hard flex, but it's pretty cool.
So yeah, that's been interesting. It's definitely really busy, but we make it work,
Right.
Find a little bit of time for everything. Work-life balance, school life balance.
Which is, that's what we need to go over. Maybe as we're talking, we can figure it out.
Yeah, honestly, we could do better with the balancing the social, I think.
I feel like that's what people will get to know about us is how I feel like we're so out of the ordinary when it comes to social girls in their
early
20s. And we just have such a weird view on it that we both had, and then when we met each other, it was holy shit.
It was someone else actually gets this. Yeah. Which is good. It's good to have your person like that.
Yeah.
Especially going through college and now post-grad, I feel like if I didn't have someone like you that wanted to do similar things, I would.
Yeah, it would be a lot harder for sure. Because it's part of adjusting to the city life, I feel is it's so open that it's hard to meet people. I mean, we just got lucky that we both just wanted to come here, and
definitely.
Yeah.
All right, what's our next topic? Oh, how we met? Should we go in depth on how we met?
Should we say our first impressions of each other?
Yeah, I gotta think back.
We've asked each other this before.
Yeah.
But it's hard to remember how everything progressed, I feel like.
Yeah. It was just one day we didn't know each other, and then the next day we were
here.
Best friends, yeah.
But we live together here.
Yeah.
And so how did that even happen?
So we met in undergrad freshman year. We both went through sorority recruitment. This is like such a cliche story.
I know. And I forget that this even happened.
Yeah. We joined the same sorority.
Right, but before that, which it like just says about how much like we're in sync, is that we both went through formal recruitment. I only went because my freshman year roommate was talking about sororities and I had no plans on ever joining one, but I was like, I don't know anyone, let me just do it. So we both went through formal recruitment and then we both
dropped out. Yeah, so we both dropped out.
Seeing you,
yeah, because we were in the same like Rho Gamma group.
Yeah,
and standing in the same line,
like close in line.
So we were basically going through that whole week together, but
we didn't talk.
We didn't talk.
I didn't talk to anyone.
No one really talked on the line.
I didn't talk to anybody.
Everyone was like going to get their head chopped off. Like everyone was scared. No one really talked.
Yeah. I was like, how are all these girls making friends like this?
Like, yeah. Because everyone's like, oh, you'll make so many friends like waiting in
during
line. And I'm like,
yeah.
I did not have that experience, but okay.
I had no idea what to expect. I had no expectations of what it was gonna be, but
yeah. Well, we have to do a whole nother episode.
I know there's too much to go into with that.
Yeah, right now. But that's how we met, and then, or that's how we were put into the same.
Right, but I just think it's really funny that we both dropped out of recruitment because we were too tired to go.
Yeah,
that's like the only reason.
Yeah, day 3, I woke up. I actually had went out the night before, which is like you're not supposed to do.
I can't remember.
I didn't know that.
I can't remember.
I woke up, I was hungover, and I was like, I didn't honestly really like the options I got back, which tea, whatever.
Right, but we didn't even know anything about anything. So we just looked at it, and I said, "I'm fucking tired."
Yeah, we were done. But then,
yeah,
we both did COB for the sorority that we ended up joining.
Right.
Shout out Tri Sigma.
Right. And we had a super small pledge class.
Yeah.
So I feel like we had to be friends.
Yeah. In the beginning, everyone in our pledge class was kind of friends for the most part.
Right.
And then I think the first time like you came on my radar was we were at a party and I heard you talking about Long Island and I was like, I'm from Long Island.
That's a big detail that I feel like we forgot to say was
we're both from Long Island.
Both from Long Island. We did not know each other before college.
Yeah.
But like I feel like when you go out of state for school and you find someone that's from where you live, it's like
totally
instant
connection. Yeah. So I heard Hannah talking about Long Island and I was like, oh, like I obviously have to talk to this girl.
Yeah.
And then we were kind of just
I don't remember this
since then. It was at Sigma Chi. It was Halloween
to me.
Halloween weekend.
I remember meeting you during apple picking.
Oh yeah, because there were only like 4 of us.
But at this point, like you were super shy.
Yeah,
and like
I was
barely
terrified. Like I was so scared. Every single thing I went to, I was so like
crazy
terrified.
The difference, but
yeah,
like she was super shy.
I didn't talk at all.
Right, but I think there's no choice. Like you just had to be friends.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we had a little like friend group of our
5-ish.
Yeah,
girls, I think.
Right.
But yeah, we can get into all that at a different time.
I know,
but that's how we met.
Yeah.
Long story short. Moving to Boston. How that came about?
That was crazy,
guys. We were literally in a manic episode, like probably like December of senior year of college, where we were both kind of just like, what are we gonna do next year?
And like, I just knew that I had to go. Like, it sounds so bad, but I was like, I have to make a decision where I have to move somewhere where my friends are moving, or else I don't know what I'm gonna do.
100%. I think definitely if you're not like just moving home after college, definitely move to a city where all your friends
and
are.
I knew that I had to go to grad school, so I was like, does it really matter where?
Yeah.
Like, does it?
So true.
And obviously Boston is like, I've always wanted to live in a city. I feel like Amherst was very much like not our vibe. Not a city. And also just like we felt like out of place.
Amherst was rough for us.
It has like good parts about it for sure.
Yeah.
But overall, I just feel like I never felt like at home there.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta try something different. And my boyfriend went to Northeastern for undergrad, so I had been visiting him, and I was like, Boston is low key just where I need to be.
Yeah, and I think especially coming from UMass, it's like the entire school is from Massachusetts.
Right, everyone's moving to Boston after grad school.
Exactly.
You
like
just
our
move
whole
with the
school.
flock.
Yeah,
like,
you just move with UMass. It's like
but
everyone
it gives
comes
you
to
such a
Boston.
good circle that like it's not like you're completely starting over again.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I feel like we were really scared about it. Is like, holy shit, we're gonna have to start from scratch all over again.
Yeah, precisely. So yeah, we were both pretty much manic, and then just decided one day we were gonna apply to grad school.
Right.
And then luckily we both got into Northeastern.
Well, that's the craziest part because it's like people in my program now will be like, I applied to 12 different schools. I went on 12 different interview days, and I was like, I applied here. Like, that's like actually a question people ask when like you do the icebreaker shit in the beginning. They'll be like, oh, like how many schools did you apply to? And it's like, I was like, just this one. Everyone's like, what the fuck?
It is crazy. I applied to Northeastern and I applied to NYU because I was like, okay, at least if I don't get in, the two city options. We're from Long Island, so NYU would have been easy. Didn't get into NYU, which honestly, if I did, I would have been very shocked. Like that would have been crazy. But I did get in here, so that's good. Same. And then we ended up moving here.
I found out on my birthday that I got in here.
Yeah, and it was so scary because I was like, Hannah found out that she got in, and then we knew another girl who was applying to Northeastern, and she posted on her private story that she got in, and I didn't get anything. So I was like,
we were really fucking
my God, it was so scary. I was like, okay, I'm definitely not getting in. Like everyone got their emails today. I got an email the next day, and I was like, great, I'm in the rejection like crowd of people that got the emails the next day. But then I got it, so it was okay.
There's no rhyme or reason about it. I feel like everyone tries to just like figure out what it means, but it doesn't.
Yeah, it was just random, like I don't know.
Like they probably clocked out at 5 and then we're like picked up the next day.
Exactly. So yeah, then we both ended up moving here. And here we are.
I know. I feel like over time we'll like tell you guys our experience so far, but there's just a lot to
there's a lot.
Just the first episode. Yeah.
So what we're doing now, we kind of discussed that already.
Right. Grad school
work.
Yeah.
Vibing.
I'm like, do I really even want to talk about work right now? I just got off a shift. Hi, work friends, if you're watching. But yeah, I work part-time as a waitress at a restaurant. And it's crazy. If you ever worked at a restaurant, you know. But it takes up a lot of my time. And it's summer and I have summer classes. So that's another thing about Northeastern.
Yeah.
I have summer classes all summer.
At Northeastern are so like crazy different. Like I feel like in undergrad, like I was running around constantly, like doing stuff in the lab, like stuff like that. And then now my program is a little bit more chill.
Yeah.
And I have online classes. And now you're running around like crazy. We're in undergrad. I feel like you were a little bit on the chiller side.
100%. I was so chill in undergrad. Like I can't deny that. Like
like you had a pretty chill course load where like me, I would like come home crying after every test and like, So, but now I'm enjoying the chiller lifestyle.
It's
which is nice.
It's like nice. I felt bad for everyone who'd be like, I am freaking the fuck out. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, I had like one reading and no test on it.
Yeah. So if you're a STEM major, or biology or whatever, and you're freaking out in undergrad right now, just know if you go to grad school, it might die down a little bit. Yeah. I'm getting my master's in biotechnology, in case anyone's wondering. I'm not like going to med school or like anything like that, so don't come for me. But I'm just saying right now, my program is a little bit less than compared to undergrad.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with admitting that.
Like, yeah, I just don't want people to be like, like, yeah, blah blah blah. Yeah. So that's just my experience.
But it's definitely the opposite in psych, because like undergrad psych is so generalized that you don't really learn anything specific, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't know anything about any psych job. I just know general facts.
Yeah.
But then when you go to grad school, it's a lot more specialized, a lot more hands-on. And yeah, it's a lot more work. It's a lot more work.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. We'll have to like go in depth
about grad
everything,
school,
yeah, in future episodes. Okay, now we're gonna do a little week recap. Hannah had a week. She had a week.
Identity theft is not a joke.
Name of the episode.
No. Wait, where is that from though? Is that from like The Office, where he goes, like, identity theft is not a joke?
Maybe.
Jim, I think it's Joy who says that. But I learned that it actually is not a joke. Let's see how I can explain
where to begin.
I know. Okay.
Wait, I know how to start. Okay, guys, I'm walking home from work, okay? Friday,
that wasn't even my start of it. You were like the last person I texted.
Hannah texts me, Jess, does your card end in last 4 digits of the card number? I go, no. Wait, why? You're scaring me. She goes, something so weird is happening. I'm getting all these packages shipped to the apartment with my address on them, but not from my card.
Right.
I'm like, what?
I feel like
going on?
Very clear about what is happening, because all of a sudden one day, a couple days ago, I get an email saying that I'm getting shipped Amazon packages. At first, I'm like, what did I buy now? Because it's usually me.
Right.
It wasn't. I then looked at the account. I couldn't find the orders anywhere. Come to find out, they were archived. I didn't know that even existed on
do that. Yeah.
So they were archived orders, and it was a bunch of shit. It's like $300 worth of stuff. So I think that someone in my family or one of my friends accidentally sent their packages to my apartment. I call everybody that I know. I'm like, do you have a card ending in blah, blah, blah? Like, I don't know if you like accidentally sent something to my apartment, blah, blah, blah. No, everyone's like, you're crazy. No one has a card with those numbers. And I'm like, okay, what is happening? Jess tells me to look at my payment methods, which I'm like, oh my God. And they're
also, you're not getting charged for these.
No, right, that's
packages.
Right. I'm not gonna charge any which way. My actual account is fine.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, well, who's paying for these? Like, we need to see if there's a card there or something.
I was like, duh. Okay. So then we see a card on my account with my name on it from, should I say the place or no?
I don't know. Let's just say from a random
like credit card union
in California,
located in California, and
not like a major bank, like not like Chase, American Express, like nothing like that, like just a random freaking place.
But it has my name on it, so that's when I start freaking out, because I've heard so many stories of credit card fraud, and like my credit's gonna be ruined, and I'm gonna owe all this money, and I was freaking out. So I call Amazon. They don't know really what I'm talking about. They are super confused, because you're thinking, if someone is gonna open a credit card in your name and use it to make purchases, why would they send them to me?
Right.
All good stuff.
Yeah, guys, the creepiest part is that it's all stuff Hannah would buy.
Like, it looks like someone
is trying to frame you.
Is trying to frame me. And like they're buying stuff that was in my recommendations or like based on my past buys.
Yeah. Like stuff that you would totally buy.
Yeah, super believable that I would buy all this stuff. Didn't do that. But Amazon doesn't really know what to do. The first girl I talked to,
she was a moron. Sorry.
She was unhelpful. And I called TransUnion. I called the fucking government and was like, do I have any open credit cards? And they said no. They basically were like, you're crazy. Why are you calling us?
Yeah.
I have no open credit cards in my name except for the one I have. And we downloaded Credit Karma and
that had nothing.
Nothing.
So basically there's no footprint, trail, anything of this card. It's just a random card.
And then we called the credit card company today.
Right.
And they said I didn't have any open cards with them and that this is a widespread scam that has been happening to a lot of people. But my question to everyone is like, why do you think someone would do that? How are they benefiting from the situation? The only thing that we came up with is that it's like a Robinhood scam where they're stealing from Amazon and giving out to the poor.
Yeah, they're stealing from Amazon and they're stealing money from this random credit card bank, whatever.
Right.
So,
but they're giving me free stuff.
Yeah.
And not tanking my credit.
Yeah, which is like, honestly, when we found out all of that information, it was good because we were like, okay, like you're safe, your credit's not being affected. Like,
part, but
yeah.
And I want to know why. I can't sleep at night without knowing
we need to know why this is happening. But it's also good to know, like, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think they got your information from anywhere except Amazon. You know?
Agreed with that.
Which is good. So her identity was not stolen so far, we think.
Right. Like we are at a loss for words. We've probably been talking about this for hours at this point.
48 hours straight.
Like just trying to figure out the motive.
Yeah.
So if anyone has any input, I'd love to hear it because
or like if this is happening to you, a family member, we're like so at a loss. But I think we took all the right steps.
Yeah.
To get it squared away.
Yeah. And now we got an electric tea kettle.
Guys, I've been wanting, and Hannah told me it was an electric tea kettle. I was like, no way. I have been wanting one for so long. I'm like, whoever the scammer is, they did a good pick.
Good shit.
That was a good
crazy
pick.
Thing. We got a jewelry cleaner. We got some lash serum. We got an electric face massager is coming tomorrow
with freaking red light therapy. Like, I'm sorry, but that is sick.
It's like this is the perfect frame job, and that's what makes me so scared.
It is really scary, but also I think they kind of slipped up because they ordered her a wireless CarPlay connector, and Hannah doesn't drive.
No.
So
not even
that was a little slip up.
If you're trying to frame me, you fucked up.
Yeah.
We were looking up adapters for this podcast.
Yeah.
And that's why they thought I needed an adapter.
Yeah.
And guess what, guys? Now I can't go to jail.
Yeah, that's like your one
right. I'll be like, why
alibi?
Yeah, an alibi.
Yeah, that's her alibi. She doesn't have a license or a car, and she can't drive. So,
right. Maybe we'll save that for another pod.
that story. Okay, what else did we do this week? We were gonna go to a cat cafe in Beacon Hill.
I know, that's what I really wanted to like.
That was gonna be like our big Boston thing of the week.
Right, because
but then our plans got screwed.
Make this podcast us-centered and Boston-centered.
Yeah.
So we're gonna like go explore and do things and review for you guys.
Yeah.
Places in Boston.
And I feel like, guys, we'll give you really honest reviews. Like, we are honest reviewers.
And we're a little picky.
Yeah, so
like if you're picky, a little picky,
like you'll vibe with us. You'll have the same like vibes.
Right. And you can trust our opinion because we don't just like anything.
So true. And like we're from New York, so we know like good food.
Right. And they're gonna be like, oh, why are two New York girls reviewing Boston? But like
because we know the good stuff.
The good taste.
Okay, that was a side note, but we were gonna go to this cat cafe in Beacon Hill that just opened, but the cat part is not open yet.
Yeah.
So we have to wait a little bit for the cat part to be open to go.
Well, the whole point was because we were talking about how you might want to adopt a cat.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy for me because I've been a dog person my whole life. Like, I've had 2 dogs, one passed away, I have one now. I was never a cat person, but now I kind of want a little kitten.
Yeah, like I think it would be fun to like take care of something here and
yeah, have a little furry friend to play with. Also, Boston has a lot of rats, so they're good for that too.
Keep the bugs away.
Yeah. So we have to test out
like
if we
how
actually
we
like cats.
around cats.
Yeah, because honestly, I've never really been around too many cats.
My boyfriend has cats, but like I don't live with them.
Right.
So
this is going to the cat cafe will be our test run of like actually being around cats.
Yeah.
Before we decide if we want to get one.
Right. So we were supposed to go to the cat cafe, but the cat part wasn't open yet.
Right. Which is
the whole point.
Yeah. So that's on pause.
But yeah, that'll be coming soon.
Yeah, as soon as the cat part's open. And then yesterday we saw It Ends With Us.
Yeah, that brings us to It Ends With Us.
Oh gosh, guys. All right, so I read the book. Hannah did not read the book.
So I think that's a good both perspective. Like
Yeah.
if you're just a normal moviegoer and you haven't read the book.
Give your opinion of the movie first, and then I'll go in on what I think.
Okay. So yeah, I went into the movie. I didn't know the plot of the book at all.
Right.
Like I didn't know what to expect at all. I just knew that Blake Lively was in it and that there was some controversy going on.
Right. If you haven't read the book or seen the movie, don't listen to this because there's going to be spoilers.
Right. I'll try my best, but because I don't think that the major problem with the movie was the plot points. I think it was like that, and I feel like multiple people have said it at this point, but the actors seemed disconnected from the characters.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But I feel like it didn't make sense to a lot of people because they're a lot younger in the book.
Well, yes. In the book, Lily's in her early 20s, and Blake Lively is not trying to age shame here. I'm just saying that she's not in her early 20s.
Like, it doesn't make you think of the character.
Yeah. So that was a disconnect. And I think everyone that read the book was not happy with the casting of this movie.
Yeah.
Because Lily is a redhead, and I know they like dyed Blake's hair red, whatever. But like,
be a redhead.
Yeah, it's like just cast a redhead actress. Like,
there's so many out there.
So that was the casting, in my opinion, was not. It could have been a lot better. The sister played her part.
Yeah.
But anyone could have played that part.
Jenny Slate is really funny in this movie.
Yeah. Guys, if you want to know any names of the actors or actresses, Hannah will be saying them because I don't know.
That's has no idea who anyone is.
Obviously, I know Blake Lively.
Right.
Like, who doesn't?
But like, she has just a niche of people that she knows.
Yeah.
I have so much useless names in my head that it's a little scary.
Hannah's seen every single movie there is. I've seen none. So if you need to know names, Hannah's got that part covered.
True.
Anything else as just a movies here?
I think the other thing we talked about was that the whole thing felt rushed.
Yeah.
And that I wasn't invested in any of the relationships because there was just not enough detail to make me care about them.
Yeah.
But overall, I didn't think it was like a bad movie. Like I wouldn't leave the theater. Like it was a fun movie. I mean, it's not a fun movie because it's like really serious. Like it actually is really serious, but like we were with our friends, like there were some cringy moments that everyone was laughing at.
Yeah, I've heard multiple people say on TikTok, like in the beginning, it was so cringe. People were audibly laughing and like saying ill.
Laughing.
And we were that was happening in our theater too.
I looked over just like, ew.
Yeah, like some of the things they were saying, I'm just like, why are you saying that right now? Like, no. But yeah, okay, so since I read the book, I do think that they like didn't portray it as good as they could have. I feel like they left out a lot of really important details. Like if you read the book, you know, like the breaking point where Lily's like, I have to leave him, like blah blah. That whole thing was not in it. Her journals was not in it, which was also part
about
of
a magnet.
Yeah. So the freaking magnet. Okay, so if you read the book, you know that the name of Atlas restaurant in Boston was Bibs, which stood for Better in Boston. Because in the movie he did say
that,
like everything's better in Boston. But in the book, he gives Lily Wait, also I just have to say I read the book like a year and a half ago. So if the details are a little off, like I'm sorry, but it's been a while. Okay, so he gave Lily this magnet when they were younger that said better in Boston. So she kept that, and then when she moved in with Ryle, she put that magnet on their fridge. So then when the magazine comes out, which was in the movie,
oh, and it explains like why his restaurant is named that.
Yeah, in the movie it was called Roots, but they left out the magnet, which connected it. Like in the movie, it just didn't seem as connected because it was just like the magazine thing. And I guess they tried to connect it
back to what they said in the beginning when she was telling him about the roots. So it had the same like
it had the same sentiment.
It was trying to do the same thing, but why wouldn't you just do it how
the way it was in the book?
Yeah,
right. Because in the movie, his restaurant was called Roots, which was like a
and she was talking about roots
the flowers,
in the beginning, and how the roots are the most important part.
Yeah, so they did try to connect it, but that was just a way bigger part in the book, because also in the book, once he connected the magnet and bits and the magazine, all that, that's when he went and like read her journals, and then he really understood the depths of their relationship, because she was kind of like downplaying it, which she also did downplay in the movie.
She was like, oh, I like
in the beginning she was like,
I just had a sex with a homeless guy. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah. So yeah, that part was really important, and they left out a lot of important characters, I thought.
Because I think the important parts are in the little details, and that's what they don't like think about.
Yeah, which I get, it is hard to include it's a very detailed.
It was a long movie.
Yeah, so I get it.
But it's like what we said though, like you sit through a 2.5 hour movie, and then you still want more.
Yeah,
like, I feel like unfinished. Like it's like
but it did make me want to reread the book, and I've seen like the friends that we went to see the movie with said that also, because they had already read the book too. And people on TikTok,
someone who hasn't read the book, it didn't make me want to read it.
Which
maybe
is so
one
sad.
day I will. Like I don't get the urge.
Though. If I had only seen the movie, I wouldn't be like, nah, I want to read this book.
Well, what's calling me more into the whole thing is the controversy between like Blake Lively and
Justin.
Is it Baldone?
I don't know his last name.
If I mess that up, I'm sorry. After I just talked about like knowing all the names,
but
I think it is.
It's only because it's all over TikTok that I know his name.
I think it is.
But he
But I'm low-key on his side. Is that a
bad,
Is that a hot take? That's what I've been seeing on Twitter. I think you can just turn it back on.
Okay. Hopefully this is on. It's like flashing. Is yours flashing?
No. I don't think it should be flashing.
All right, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry guys. But everyone's saying that usually his movies are like really deep, and like he can do a good job of doing deep movies.
It seems like from what I saw that he was really into it, like, and he really wanted to do it for the right reasons. Yeah, Justin Baldone.
Yeah. Everyone's saying they want to see his cut of the movie, which I totally agree with. I would love to see what
the only thing I'm thinking that could have happened was the movie ran out of money.
Yeah.
Blake had to call in Ryan, and Ryan was like, well, if I'm putting so much money into this and Blake's putting so much money into this, then we're going to take over the producing and the writing. And I heard that she changed a bunch of stuff that he wanted.
Well, I think I sent you the TikTok of the screenwriter or someone who writes something in the movie. She said that the rooftop scene was completely changed, and she didn't know until she saw the movie.
Right. I think there were multiple cuts of this movie, which maybe, I mean, it says something that I would want to see all the cuts. Like, you know what I mean? I would want to see the differences. Yeah. People are like, what if this is all just a marketing scheme?
I know, that's like everything.
I know, it's like that's what's crazy about this world now is you have to constantly ask yourself, is this real or is this like a publicity thing?
Yeah, like nothing is just like it is what it is.
Right.
Everything
And
is motivated. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess that's why the first time they were filming this, they had to stop because they ran out of money. But I don't understand how they don't have money for this movie when it was one of the biggest books.
Like the biggest book. I feel like
everyone
brought back reading. Like, do you know what I mean? Everyone, all of my friends who are not big readers or who used to be big readers were like, this is the book that got me back into reading.
Yes, I actually saw a TikTok that was like that Taylor Swift song that's like there wouldn't be this if there hadn't been you.
Yes, I love that TikTok song.
Yeah, and she was showing like her whole reading like bookcase, everything. She has so many books, and it was like if there hadn't been you, and it ends with us.
Yeah,
and I feel the same way.
I get those, but for me, it was A Court of Thorns and Roses, and that's the first book I read, and then I didn't stop.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like they could have done better with the movie, but again, I'm not like.
But I'm glad I saw it.
Same. Like I'm not like, oh, I could have been doing something else.
Right.
It was. I don't know. Like I enjoyed it.
Is that like the bare minimum? I think I actually did enjoy it, but I thought it was like funny when it wasn't supposed to be funny. And I didn't really care about any of them. Yeah. But like as an experience, I think it was good.
Right, it was a good experience. But it could have been better.
Yeah, that's the thing that's like hard about it is that it has so much potential.
Yeah.
But yeah, all these people who like make books into movies,
it's hard.
It is really hard, but it's like don't do it if you can't do it right. That's how I feel. Like
I completely agree. It's like wait till you have the budget or whatever. Oh my god, we need to talk about her outfits. Guys, there was one scene where she's like they're like about to like have sex and she takes off her dress and she's in this weird lingerie set that has like mesh like connecting the bra and then like mesh tights down like coming from her underwear and she just has on these like silver sparkly boots. I literally turned ever to Hannah in the theater and I'm like, why is she wearing that? Like, I'm sorry, that outfits were.
Wait, but did you see the video, the TikTok of her saying that those are her real boots? Like that. No, I'm not. I think I saw a TikTok earlier. Those are her personal boots, and she said a lot of the clothing in the movie was either hers, or Ryan's, or Gigi Hadid.
Like, how can that be true?
And how are all like? You can't tell me they own those clothes.
Wait, also, why are they using their own clothes for a movie? Do people do that?
No, I don't know.
Wardrobe
I don't think so.
I mean,
what happened?
If you think about it, though, it kind of
how is this movie so expensive to make?
Wait, you know they filmed it in Hoboken?
How are you gonna make a movie about Boston and not film it in Boston?
They didn't film it in Boston. I thought they filmed it in New York City,
and
but
then,
no.
Like all the clips in it, it's just like cuts a Boston skyline, and it's like
or the tea that like
and they
I could have taken the video.
Constantly bring up Boston.
They're so broke they had to film it in Hoboken.
That's crazy. Try to pass it off as Boston. That's insane.
Like, it's nuts. But I feel like it kind of makes sense. How do these
people have no money? How?
I don't know. I mean, you would think they're like rich, but I don't know. I guess it's expensive to make a movie.
100%, but it's like if Ryan Reynolds is involved, like he has so much money.
Yeah, I don't know what went wrong. And I don't know what's up with Blake Lively's hair. I love Blake Lively. Like I think she's gorgeous.
Did you see that other thing
like,
about Blake
Lively? What's wrong with her hair?
Did you see though how she has a new hairline?
Yeah.
That I think I heard Plan Brew talking about this.
Yes.
That's how I know about it. But she was using her hair products to like mess up girls' hair and make it all like big and frizzy.
Because she goes for a messy look.
Right, but it's too messy. It's too messy.
It looks really bad. Like, I'm sorry, but there were
also some scenes in the movie where like one scene she would have like messed up hair and then like it would just like cut and then her hair would be fixed.
Yeah, like someone obviously
doing that. Yeah.
But when you look at her as Serena van der Woodsen, it makes sense. Like her hair was always a mess. She always had weird outfits on. I mean, no, Serena had good style, but like
for that time though, like for that time she was it. But it's if she walked down the street wearing that today, I think people would be like, "What are you wearing?"
Yeah, so I don't know. I guess Blake Lively's a little bit more quirky than I assumed.
And that's why we said that she's friends. Yes. Like it makes sense she's friends with Taylor. And we're huge Taylor fans.
Yes, we're newly Taylor.
That could be a whole episode in itself. Is like 100%. Our discovering of Taylor Swift in our early 20s.
Yeah. I have so much to say about that.
Yeah, transformative.
But the whole time I was watching the movie, I was like, I understand why they're friends. Like it makes total complete sense to me. Like I totally get it. So yeah, that's just another fun fact, I guess.
Yeah.
It makes complete sense to me. And I guess, oh my God. I'm sorry. My tears ricochet in the movie, guys. I'm not a fan of it. I love that song.
That is but a top 5 song for me. I'm not even lying. And but it made me like I literally closed my eyes and was just like singing along to the song instead of watching the movie.
It was too distracting because anything that you pull in Taylor Swift, it's like you're only focusing
on Taylor Swift. When's the last time you even heard Taylor Swift's like music in a movie or a TV show?
What's the name of that TV show? The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Okay, I didn't watch that.
Neither did I, but I know that it's like that's like the thing.
I haven't heard freaking August. I haven't heard Taylor's music in a movie in so long that it was super distracting.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it was too distracting from the movie, and it's like then I'm just thinking about their friends and like
they used the entire song, not a clip, not a snippet.
The whole song.
The whole song.
And like
there was a lot of music.
I like that song. Yeah, why was there so much music?
A lot of music and not a lot of dialogue.
Yeah. And then I saw a TikTok of Blake being like, I fought so hard to keep in this Lana Del Rey song. And I was like, when did that even happen? And again, it's
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. And she was like, I fought so hard to keep this Lana Del Rey song in. I think it's called Cherry or something. And she was like, everyone wanted to cut it because like things were still good with Ryle at that point, but I was like, no, there's so much tension, blah blah. And I was like,
there was no tension.
What the hell are you talking about?
Thing.
Like what?
I think that those two hated each other, so there was no like chemistry there. There was no like tension.
No, not at all.
I was like, these people hate each other.
Yeah, all the music in the movie was distracting in my opinion, and the Taylor song I thought was really distracting and unnecessary. And
it didn't make sense with the plot. It didn't.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, I'm gonna throw in a Taylor Swift song because I know all the Swifties will now watch this movie. That's what it felt like to me.
And it worked.
Yeah, I mean, is it gonna work every single time?
No, but like the 12-year-olds that are like, oh, Taylor Swift's in this like her songs in this movie.
We're gonna go. Well, 100%. The little girls sitting next to me were singing it while it was on, while it was happening, and I'm like, again, I like Taylor, I like the song, but it did not need to be in the movie.
Agreed. So I wonder if we'll get hate for that.
I mean, I know our first pod, they're like, but we like Taylor.
We love Taylor. We literally said it. Yeah, her introduction into our lives was like transformative.
It was a big deal. Like,
so no hate.
Love her. I just don't think that song needed to be in the movie.
Right. And if we did hate her, we would say it was a trust.
Yeah,
we would literally say it was
what.
But we do.
When we didn't like her, we said it.
We said it.
Like people knew.
But we didn't know what we weren't ready to understand it yet.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah, but now we're in on it. We love Taylor. I just don't think that song needs to be in the movie. And I stand on that. Like,
we'll stand on that together.
Facts.
Overall, what would you rate it?
The movie?
Yeah.
Oh. Probably like a 6 out of 10.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would definitely agree. I think that's a generous scale.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's a lot of 6 out of 10 movies. I think that.
Yeah, it's like I think it was. I liked it a little bit more than the average movie because I also don't like a lot of movies.
Honestly, my favorite part was when she was like, "It ends with us," and I was like,
"Yeah, that part." It's like a powerful moment.
Yeah, it was a powerful moment, and I thought, like, no, I haven't seen a movie about this before.
Well, that's the thing with the book. I felt like why it was such a big deal was because I don't really know. I'm sure there are, but I personally don't know a lot of books that go in depth and talk about something like this the way that it ends with Us did.
I have never seen that before.
Right. And it was so good because before I read the book, I had no idea what it was about. You had no idea what it was about still before you saw the movie. So reading it, like I had no idea that was going to happen. And I was like, oh my God.
And a lot of what I've heard, it's like love or hate it. I think people agreed that they did a good job talking about it.
Yes.
So I feel like that's the most important part.
So. Yeah, I gave the book a 5 out of 5 on Goodreads though.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow. And I don't give out a lot of 5s.
No,
I really
5s are very elusive.
Yeah. I don't give out a lot of 5s. Again, we're good reviewers, like, you know.
Yeah.
We're fair.
No, like a 5 is like crazy.
Yeah, but I really thought that was a good book. Yeah. So
I would agree with that rating. I would also rate it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, so I guess anything else? Is that our first episode?
I'm excited. I think this will be really fun.
Yeah, we're super excited. I hope that this recording is recorded.
Oh my God,
sound, everything. Like, guys, there's a high chance that we turn this off and we have nothing, but
no, I don't even think I can do it. And if it works, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, we'll try again.
We'll have to re-record. But we're gonna be posting these every Sunday, we think. But
yeah, we're gonna try for Sunday.
Will probably be a week delayed because tomorrow's Sunday.
Well, they won't know that because it's the first episode.
True. So never mind. It's the first. It's whatever.
Yeah. And then we're gonna make our socials. Yeah. I just think it's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a journey for sure. I'm really excited. Once we have the socials, we'll like post them everywhere, so you guys will be able to follow. You guys, whoever's watching.
I know. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, if you stuck out the whole thing, thanks so much for watching our first podcast, being our first viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, leave a comment if you watched, just so we can say hi and see who watched us.
Yeah, I would actually love that.
Yeah, just be
and
like,
if you have any like thing you want us to talk about, anyone that's watching, like just let us know. Shoot us a text.
Yeah, ask a question.
We are just here to yap,
and just talk.
Yeah. So, if there's anything you want to hear us talk about, let us know.
All right.
All right.
See you next time.
See you next week.
Bye.